Many people have heard of Deadhorse Bay and Glass Bottle Beach, but getting fixated only on that one tiny stretch of land is like listening to one song on a great album and ignoring the rest. In this video, I'm going to metal detect the remains of history-rich Barren Island. Now here's the thing, it's not called Barren Island anymore. It's not even an island. It was landfilled in the late 1920s and connected to mainland Brooklyn when the airport Floyd Bennett Field was made. Let's use historic aerials to look back in time and see what remains of the actual Barren Island. So let's take a deep dive into historicaerials.com, which is a must-know for any metal detectorist. On the left-hand side, we have a map from 2015, and on the right-hand side, we have a topographical map, which I'm going to move over, and that is from the year 1938. Let me put that in the middle, and I put roads on here. So basically, let's look at the comparisons. This is what I mean by landfilling. When Floyd Bennett Field, which was an airport, was built around 1930, there was a lot of dirt that was moved in, and it was landfilled in. And Barren Island is down here. The beach that we know of as Glass Bottle Beach, it is all around here. So it's around the edges over in here. And what I'm saying is that there's more to this island. Like, look at over here. This is a main area that was over here, also down on this side. And nowadays, this is the area that is to the right of the bridge that was built, which is the Gil Hodges Memorial Bridge now. And there's so much more to this island. Everybody fixates on this, but whether we put it in 1938, let's go a little further back, 1910. Look at this. It goes very far back, the history of the land. Right now, I want to make another point. Look at this right here. This is Deadhorse Bay. This is tiny. Now look at where it is nowadays. Part of it goes right into the mainland, right in here. And a lot of people mistake this water over in here, which is Jamaica Bay, for Deadhorse Bay. So a lot of the landfilling actually happened in the land. And you'll notice as you go far out here, if you've ever been there, you'll see bottles. And that's because that's where the landfilling was. That is a part of Deadhorse Bay. I want you to notice these dots that are happening here. This is where there was settlements, whether it was residential or for jobs. They're slightly different in 1910 as you go back, but you see there's so much more to this land than what is focused on right now, which is this stretch of beach here. Even over here gets ignored. And where we're going to go today in this video is this area over in here, because there's so much history, and we're going to try to dig up something that can be tied back to the industries on the island and the people on the island.
Merrill, what could possibly be found on Barren Island?
There was a Dutch presence in colonial times, and a tidal mill can still be seen. From the mid-1800s until the Great Depression, a culturally diverse group of New Yorkers called Barren Island home. Some would say that these are the poorest of the poor, but I understand Barren Island's population at the time to be people who preferred to be off the grid. Be sure to check the New York Times article in the video description so you could see how I gained that perspective, that worldview on the settlers of Barren Island. But these off-the-gridders, they manned fish fertilizer plants, fished, boiled down animal carcasses to make glue and oil. That fishing, garbage processing, and scavenging was the economy of Barren Island. It had a peak population of about 1,500 people around World War I, and all 1,500 had to have a lousy sense of smell. There was also a population of about 100 pigs that were the island's pets. I'm also linking to an interesting story when New York's mayor declared war on these pigs and the residents hid them from the police hunt. In its heyday, Barren Island was notorious for its smell. It was noxious from miles away and considered the least desirable section of New York City. It was one of the last sections of the city to get running water and flushing toilets. Robert Moses, the man who planned New York City's modern infrastructure, kicked the last of the residents out via eminent domain in 1935 when the Marine Parkway Bridge was built. But the last residents left in 1942, and many of them were given little time and notice to pack. Their belongings litter the final layer of historic trash strewn upon Deadhorse Bay. So it's time to start metal detecting. But I couldn't help but notice a sentence on the Barren Island Wikipedia page. It goes, "No trace remains of the former island's industrial use." What? There's no traces left of the former island's industrial use? Have you ever been to Glass Bottle Beach? It's everywhere. Gotta be kidding me. But we're still going to take that on as a challenge. So the goal of this video is to find a relic from Barren Island's industrial history, and maybe we will contact Wikipedia to make a change on that.
Hey everybody, it's Merrill, and we are at Floyd Bennett Field, and this is the other side of Deadhorse Bay. And as you can see, there is a beach here, and there's a lot of history here. First coin-like signal. Not a coin, wow. More debris. I'm making my way down the island, and more debris. You know, really, that's the only signal. I'm not to the point where the old horse plants were, but I'm making my way down. I'd say I have another 300 yards to go to get there. Got my first interesting find of the day. This seems to be the bottom of a shotgun shell. Not entirely sure, but sure looks like it. Wouldn't want to be shot by that if it was. It's pretty big. Let's keep going. Second really interesting find of the day. This seems to be a horse ring. There were a lot of horse slaughter glue factories that were on the island, and this appears to be a remnant from that. Really cool. Not for the horses though. Well, this is a shotgun shell, and no doubt about it. Let's wash it off. There you go. So this is kind of wild. It's a lever of some sort. Here there seems to be one too. I don't know what this would be used for. Old piece of scrap metal. In the same hole is another piece that seems to be connected to that. So let me communicate the problem of metal detecting this beach. There's a lot of signals, a lot of iron, and the ones that I'm really going for, they're near the surface, and I could easily dig them. Underneath here, there is a bed of rocks. So if there's one that happens underneath there, that's a whole lot of digging. So I'm thinking like a sandlarker here. If I get something that repeats, that's high, that's what I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna have to wait for more beach erosion before I do more, if you know, when I come back. But that's the challenge of digging here today. Metal gear. Nice signal close to the surface. Let's pull it out together. I see it. And oh, it is another shell. Lots of these bullet shells. This is a really cool one. This is an old lock. Right under the surface. It's still in pretty good condition. US Set Eagle, it says. Cool. Police found me. So we got a little bit of a problem. It seems that in order to get down to where those horse factories were per historic aerials, we have to go right where that helicopter's landed. And I'm not going to mess with police operations. You know, this is a base for them. So if anything, I go around the other way. But, you know, I want to be mindful of that. I'm going to go as far down as I could. I'm finding good stuff. But then we'll go around the other way. This place is just too cool. What is this? Anybody have any idea in the comments? Looks really phallic from this angle. I keep finding stuff like that. So funny. Yeah, what the hell is this? Let me know in the comments. Whatever it is, it's old. Just broke an interesting old bolt. I threw it in my sand scoop, shook it around. Didn't last. Oh well. I now have an extra door hinge. Lots of old stuff here. I'm liking this place. Might head over to Deadhorse after this, depending upon what I find and how the day's going. But yeah, I'm liking this. This is a 40 signal. Let's try digging this one together. Hear that rock layer down there? All right, let's see if we can go in and get it. Nothing. Maybe it's in my scoop. Let's see. Right here. Okay. Big rock right there. Tides are coming in too. All right, I got it. Just an old piece of copper pipe. Got another big washer here. Pulled something with a nice signal out. Oh, here we go. It's another one of those horse rings. No human rings today, but we got horse rings. All right, so the helipad is right over there. I'm not crossing that. That's just, you know, that would disrupt police training. Not going to do that. Don't want to ticket, don't want to be a jerk also. So I'm heading back to the car, and we're going to drive around. We're going to see if we could reach it from the other side of the beach. And I'm going to walk straight through Deadhorse on the way. So there we go. Nice signal on the way. Let's see what it is. If I get a nice signal, I'm gonna dig it. Oh, it's an old piece of scrap iron. Here's another police helicopter coming back. Yeah, he doesn't want me to interrupt that. So, yeah, gonna go to Deadhorse now, and if I get a great signal, gonna dig it. If not, I'll see you at Deadhorse. Well, I got a good signal on the way back, and I got another one of these locks. Pretty cool. More shotgun shells. Okay, no clue what this is, but it's my favorite find of the day. Let's wash it off. Let's see. It looks like a little teacup. Don't think it's that though. Look at this. It's made of brass. It's an old teacup. Anybody have any ideas in the comments? This is really cool. Let's wash it off a little more. Antique, whatever it is. Yeah, as I'm moving over, I'm starting to hit a hot streak here. Wow, look at this. I don't know if this is an old set of jumper cables. That's pretty cool. They don't look like this anymore. You know, I was getting ready to say, wow, no pull tabs or bottle caps. They're everywhere, even here. But it says something that an hour into this hunt is the first time that I'm seeing it. It's not modern garbage here. This thing looks like a missile. Forget bullet. This thing's a missile. Jeez. Okay, this never happens. Hour and 15 minutes in, I just got my first coin. It is a zinc penny. This is a old school fishing weight, I think at least. The top broke off. It's right over here. So I'm finally back to my car, and we are heading to Deadhorse Bay. So we are on the runway of New York's first big airport. You see one that goes across down there, past those orange stoppage things, and another one here that goes all the way down, and planes used to land right here. And I'm telling you, this place is huge. You might see some of the old hangars right over there. I'll try to... Roads are pretty smooth compared to the rest of New York. I mean, barely any potholes here. But if you get on the highway, oh man. Anyway, that's the bridge over there by where I'm trying to head. I'm gonna have to go underneath that bridge in order to get to the park and that area where the factories were, the horse glue factories. So let me park, and I gotta walk the rest of the way. Here's some of the old hangars. Let's go take a close look. In a different time, planes used to be here. People, boarding flights. This used to be New York's first international airport. This building is Naval Air Station. Floyd Bennett Field. Helicopter. It's a NYPD training site.
So I actually found a place that I can walk down and get access to the beach on the eastern side of the Gil Hodges Bridge. So we're going to park and we're going to walk.
This is absolutely gorgeous. So we're on the other side. Let's start detecting. You know, what's interesting about this is right down there, that's where Glass Bottle Beach is. And, you know, this area right over here, this is where you could technically pop an 1830s coin. You never know. There's not going to be too many targets. Oh, here we go. But Might be a good one if you get one. Let's see. It's out. Got it. Had it. And it is a very old piece of scrap. Gotta clean that up, see what it looks like. This is a really cool surface find. It's got some writing on the back. I'll clean that up, I'll show you a picture. As I walk upshore, not a lot of signals, but around the bend right up there is where those horse plants were. So let's keep checking. The ones that I did find are low on the beach, meaning close to the water line. And I'm seeing some wilder waves here. So maybe on the way back I will I'll walk high, but on the way there I'm gonna walk low. All right, we're at the end here of the beach section of the island. I see they reinforced it down there with some rocks, and there's some barbed wire fencing. I'm not gonna mess with that. I don't want to trespass. I'm gonna head back in the other direction. Found a few interesting things closer to the bridge. I walked down close to the water. I'm gonna walk up close to where the tide line is, and we'll see what we find. All right, so here's the scoop on this side of the beach. Look at that. There's cans, there's big objects, but they keep this side clean. So if anything, you know, washes up on the shore, somebody's here to wash it, to pick it up. On the other side, it is left. So you get like the bigger objects underneath that you could find on the surface on the other side of the bridge. So we're gonna go to the other side of the bridge and finish up there. On the way, I just dug up this old gear-like thing that I wouldn't have given a second thought to on the other side of the bridge. Pretty cool find. This is the, maybe the top of a salt shaker. Welcome to Glass Bottle Beach. All right, so walking down the beach, I'm gonna make a lap, and I guess I'm looking for coin signals at this point. Maybe a nice bottle or two. Anything that's gonna finish off the day. So that's the goal now. Problem is, there's so many signals. That's the challenge. So take a second and listen to the wind, and look at what's happening on the ground. You're starting to see the sand is getting uncovered. Oh, this is prime, what you call it, prime time for mudlarking. I know we're not in the mud, but anything that is under a little bit of sand that is not wet, oh, that gets moved. That's where I'm looking right now. Just got a really nice find. This is a horse buckle. This is exactly what I was looking for coming here. Wasn't where I expected to find it, but man, this is old. So I'm really excited about this find. Okay, that just made the trip worth it. Just got another really old part. It seems to have split in half. Wonder if this is an old boat propeller? No, maybe not. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know what this is. I'm curious. This is a beautiful bottom of a bottle of some sort, makeup perhaps. Interesting little buckle. Gotta clean this one up. This looks like a toy boat. No clue. Seems to have a part that comes up. Alright, smart people in the comments, help me out. Okay, this is a great day. Another horse buckle. Still has the leather on it. Another relic. This might be an old pocket knife. Not sure until I clean it up. Yeah, not sure. And just like that, got another buckle. This one's not in as good shape as the other ones. Unidentified part. I see some copper down here. Not sure what this is. Copper up here too. Part of a saddle. This is leather in here. Bone. We got our first bone remain. We have entered the bottle zone. Still getting signals, but I'm gonna get moving because the tides are coming in. You see, this kind of fascinates me. Look at how the eroded pieces of metal are turning into sand, just eroding into sand. What a fascinating place. All right, the metal detector is going away. At this point, because I've tried this already, it's kind of pointless to metal detect. Just the density of the metal is too much. So I am going to do some mudlarking now, and yeah, I'll let you know if I see anything. Got an almost fully intact brown bottle here. It is a thimble. What is it symbolic of? I don't know, but it's a thimble. Got another buckle. So I've heard all about the scary baby parts. This is half of a scary baby head. You know, these walls always have me thinking. If you see, there's bottles in here. I think that this was actually the dump site. I don't think that it was out there in the ocean. I think it was right back here, based on how much, how many layers there are in here and what is sitting in them. Because I don't know if a tidal movement would have brought stuff like this up. So all of these bottles, this is where the new wow, look at this one. The new bottles that are coming from. They're coming from up here, not out in the ocean. This one might be a keeper. Kind of nice, right? I am just escaping the tide. Bonus of the night, got a nice gear. Found it with the metal detector. I'm in a section when there's less of the metal that's in the ground, so would love to find a nice coin. That would be the icing on the cake, but hey, I'm happy. This was a great hunt. Bonus find on the surface is this cool little knickknack. Might have been a pin of some sort. Right on the surface. Look at that wind blowing. It's crazy tonight. It's uncovering everything. Speaking of uncovering everything, look right here. I got my penny, and it is 1 cent. It's a Wheatie. So I got my semi-old coin. Let's look a little bit more. This is fun. Wind just uncovered an old button. Wind just uncovered another old coin. Piece of metal with writing on it. And another piece of scrap metal without the S. This is why I can't go home. Crazy wind just uncovered gear, penny, and what's left of a button. Another button. Oh, I can't go home. Look at this. Keeps uncovering cool stuff. Machine part, top of a key. Look at this screen of some sort. More gears. Another one. And more. Here's a close-up of what's happening with the wind. More buttons. Trick right now is to just look for green. If you see green, pick it up. Since it's a teachable moment, let me give you a tip. On a day like today where the wind is blowing like it is and you see sand flying everywhere, this is a day that you would detect the dry section of the beach. Everything uncovers. It's a beautiful thing. Wow, I never found one of these before. It's one of those heart shapes with a keyhole in the middle. We got a surface find. It is a quarter. Getting sandblasted right now, but this is another wheat cent. I want silver. Got another wheat cent. Still no silver. Look at this. This is like a mushroom, but it's a button. Never found one like this before. Bizarre. It's got a stem. Thought I had a buffalo nickel for a second, but this is a Jefferson nickel. Oh, and look at this. BROM seltzer. BROMM seltzer. Got another wheat penny. Oh, and I see something over here. Oh, I thought this was a coin, but no, it's not. Another wheat penny. I thought I had silver, but it's just a quarter. I'm not leaving here without silver. No way in hell. I'm gonna keep looking. Another quarter. Another wheat cent, another button. Both surface finds. Right era, wrong type of metal. Well, it's not a piece of silver, but it's a piece of jewelry. You know, I want that silver. I'm gonna try to stick around a little bit longer, but this might be it. Let's see. I'm gonna call it a night. Now, this rings up as silver, but you know, I don't see any engravings on it. I gotta go home being dad, you know, so fun's over. This was a great day. Yeah, I'll show you what I found. I'll put it all together. But yeah, I'm wow, look at this. See, it just keeps showing up. All right, so this is the hole. I don't know where to begin in showing you the stuff. Got a lot of bullets, a lot of knickknacks, a lot of gears, a bunch of wheat cents. This was a piece that interested me that I really don't know what it is and can use your help deciding what it is. Got the old locks over here. Got this thing. Again, don't know what it is. One of my favorite pieces was that horse buckle. The big horse buckle. Got the one with leather. The teacup, if it is a teacup. Bunch of buttons. This I didn't get on film, but it's intriguing. It's coin-sized, but, you know, empty space. Anyway, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video went long, but there's so much interesting stuff at this place. Thanks again.